Hi, everybody. I'm Kurt Gowdy, and on behalf of NBC Sports, welcome to the World Series. And will the real New York Mets stand up for the '73 World Series? I don't mean the team that struggled most of the year and finally won their division just 3 games over 500. I mean the team that won 20 of their last 28 games and then outpitched and out-hit the Cincinnati Reds for the National League champs. They're healthy. That's the team. The Oakland A's are the defending world champs. They have been made the favorites to win this series, but they think they're going to have an intense struggle in beating the Mets. 2 left-handers today. John Matlack, a brilliant young left-hander, on the mound for the New York Mets. Ken Holtzman for the Oakland A's. And 2 players will be starting in center field who didn't think they'd be there for the opening of the series. Willie Mays for the New York Mets. Reggie Jackson in center field today for the Oakland A's. Speaking of the A's, a man who's seen every A's game the last 12 years, been an outstanding broadcaster for them. Monty Moore is our colleague here. Monty, let me ask you something. Is this Oakland team this season better than the team that won the world title last year?
Kurt, we think it is for several reasons. Number one, Reggie Jackson is here today. He wasn't in the World Series last year, and he led the league in home runs and RBIs. Ray Fosse is better behind the plate. We are better defensively as a catcher. And this year we have a better bullpen, even with Raleigh Fingers as good as he was last year. And Vida Blue is here as a starter this year. So, yes, I think we're better.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum for the first game of the 1973 World Series. Here are the official lineups. First, the New York Mets. Here's the manager of the New York Mets, number 8, Yogi Berra. Batting first and playing third base, number 11, Wayne Garrett. Batting second and playing second base, number 16, Felix Millan. Batting third and playing center field, number 24, Willie Mays. Fourth and playing left field, number 21, Cleon Jones. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 28, John Milner. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 15, Jerry Grody. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 25, Don Hahn. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, number 3, Bud Harrelson. Batting ninth and pitching today, number 32, John Matlack, who's warming up in the bullpen. And here are the remaining players and coaches of the New York Mets. Number 4, Rusty Staub. Number 5, Jim Beecham. Number 7, Ed Kranepool. Number 9, George Theodore. Number 10, warming up, Ron Matlack. Duffy Dyer. Number 12, Ken Boswell. Number 17, Teddy Martinez. Number 31, Harry Parker. Number 33, Ray Sadecki. Number 36, Jerry Guzman. Number 38, Buzz Capra. Number 40, George Stone. Number 41, Tom Seaver. Number 42, Ron Hodges. Number Number 43, Jim McAndrew. And number 45, Tug McGraw. And the coaches, number 51, Roy McMillan. Number 52, Joe Pignatano. Number 53, Eddie Yost. And number 54, Rube Walker. And now for the defending world champion, Oakland A's. Here is the manager of the A's, Dick Williams. Batting first and playing shortstop, number 19, Campy Campaneris. Batting second and playing left field, number 26, Joe Rudy. Batting third and playing third base, number 6, the captain of the A's, Captain Sal Bando. Batting fourth and playing center field, number 9, Reggie Jackson. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 18, Gene Tennis. Batting sixth and playing right field, number 22, Jesus Alou. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 10, Ray Fosse. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 1, Dick Green. Batting ninth and pitching today for Oakland, number 30, Ken Holtzman, warming up in the bullpen. And warming up Ken Holtzman, number 44, Vern Hoshite. And here are the remaining players and coaches of the Oakland A's. Number 2, Angel Mangual. Number 4, Bill North. Number 7, Darren Johnson. Number 8, Manny Trio. Number 11, Ted Kubiak. Number 13, John Blumo Odom. Number 14, Vida Blue. Number 16, Billy Canigliaro. Number 17, Mike Andrews. Number 24, Alan Lewis. Number 25, Paul Lindblad. Number 27, Jim Catfish Hunter. Number 28, Horacio Pena. Number 32, Darrell Moe. Number 34, Raleigh Finger. Number 37, Vic Davalillo. And number 38, Pat Burke. And the coaches, number 41, Jerry Adair. Number 42, Wes Stock. And number 43, Irv Thorin.
Kenneth Dale Holtzman, who pitched his best game of the series in the playoffs against Baltimore last Tuesday. 2-1 victory, 11 innings, allowing just 3 hits, walked only 1. He had tremendous stuff and had his control. He struck out 7 in that game. The first batter of the 1973 World Series, the 70th World Series, by the way, is Wayne Garrett, who had a sizzling month of September to lead the Mets in the batting average for that month. But he's had a poor playoff with the bat. He had only 2 hits and 23 times up in the playoffs. His seasonal average was 256. They play him a couple of steps toward right. And the first pitch of the series is pop foul out of play. Garrett usually goes for the first pitch. I was about to warn you of that. He's a first ball hitting batter. Leon is on deck, and then Willie Mays. Garrett, born in Brooksville, Florida, lives in Sarasota, Florida. The fastball is a little low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Holtzman this year, 21 wins, 13 losses, a 19-game winner last year. Foul back. The A's traded him, sent Rick Mundy to the Cubs. Mundy's helped the Cubs, and Holtzman has certainly been a big aid to the Oakland A's. He attended the University of Illinois, receiving a B.S. degree in business in '67. Curveball is popped up. Sal Bando, the third baseman's there. And we have the first out of the series. Before Felix Leon steps in, I want to tell you that this telecast is presented by authority of Major League Baseball, is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Commissioner of Baseball is prohibited. Felix Leon, according to some experts, the most underrated player in this World Series. He hit .290 for the season, and he hit .316 in the playoffs. Slaps the ball around, ball 1 to him. You'll notice how he chokes up on the bat. Extreme. Choking up with a hand. The ground ball hit sharply to Dick Green. Green over to first base, 2 down. Willie Mays coming up. Listen to the hand for him. Willie Mays. "42 years old, across the bay, cheered today by American League fans. There's a drive foul down the right field line. How ironical, Monty, that Willie Mays is across the bay. If they came back here for game 6 or 7, could wind up his career in the Bay Area, but on the opposite side.
This will be the only game he's ever played here on this side of the bay.
The check swing to Mays at ball 3, his 22nd National League season. And Henry Aaron sitting over there in back of the American League dugout. He and Mays, of course, had their dramatic batting battles over the years. A 3-2 delivery. Mays hits a ground ball, a base hit into left field. Willie's on. Usually loses his cap in the outfield. He lost it when he left home plate. There's the first hit of the series, and Willie Mays gets it.
Kurt, one significant factor shown in that picture right there. In the 2 leagues, the National League players must wear a batting helmet batting, but on the base paths they don't have to. The American League runners have to wear the helmet on the base path.
Leon Jones, a disappointing first half of the season for the Mets. But how he got going in those last 28 games. Wound up with a .260 average, 11 homers, 48 RBIs. And he hit .300 in the playoffs. He can hit the ball to right center with power. That's where they're playing him. It's a strike. Reggie Jackson's in right center for him, and Jesus DeLu is shading the right field line. They leave the open area in left center. Mays at first, 2 down. Willie stole only 1 base this year. There's a bounding ball sharply to the box. Holtzman throws him out and the side retires. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. The first half inning gone. It's 0-0. And there he is, Jonathan Trump Bauer Matlack, who pitched the greatest game of his life last Sunday, a 2-hitter against the Cincinnati Reds. 14 wins, 16 losses, the hardest throwing left-hander in the National League. He was Rookie of the Year in 1972. And every time a National League club or an American League club has talked trade with the Mets, of course they know they can't get Seaver. The man that is most sought after is Matlack. And here's Bert Campaneris leading off, who had .250 on the year, a strike to him, and had a hit in every one of the playoff games. The only player of the Baltimore and Oakland squads to do so. He was just super in the playoffs. Matlack delivers a curve. It's fouled away. Strike 2. On deck will be Joe Rudy, and then Sal Bando. This is a Primarily right-handed hitting batting order for Oakland. Jackson's a left-handed hitter, and Holtzman. It seems strange to see that pitcher back in the number 9 spot in the American League. I want to talk about that in a minute. Campaneris pops it up out to Felix Millan, the Mets second baseman. There's one down. In interleague play, the designated batting rule is not in effect. We asked Dick Williams before the game, would it be a disadvantage to his team? He said no. Fair for one, fair for all. We have some good hitting pitchers. They've been practicing. Joe Rudy hit .270 for the year. Strep throat, he had all kinds of things happen to him. He was like some of the Met players that finally got healthy in the last part of the year. He was their most reliable player last year and had a great World Series. A curved strike to him. 0-1. We have no score. Last of the first inning, 1 out and nobody on for the defending world champs, the Oakland A's. 1 ball, 1 strike to Joe Rudy. There's a drive into center field that is stabbed by Bud Harrelson. The outstanding little shortstop of the Mets, who has the range, the steady hands, and a good arm.
Ball not hit hard, hit off the end of the bat. I think Matlack pulled the string a little bit. Harrelson had a long way to go and just caught it like an ice cream cone in the webbing of his glove. That's where this team has improved so immensely with Millan, his steadiness. Harrelson coming off to the injured list.
Sal Bando, the captain of the A's, hit .288 for the year, 29 homers, 98 runs batted in. His best year. The 1-1 delivery to Bando with 2 down, nobody on. There's a fly ball out to left field. On a changeup, Jones takes it, and the side's out, 1-2-3. At the end of the first inning, 0-0.
Right now, it's Party Pleaser Month here at your nearby Kentucky Fried Chicken store. So come on and have a party with my good hot Kentucky Fried Chicken and fixins.
Get a bucket of chicken, go.
He's from East Point, Georgia, born in Atlanta, Georgia. He's young. He's just 23 years old. He has that lively bat, though. The ball jumps off. He has good power. 23 homers. He should be a good one for the future for the Mets. There's a fly ball out into left center. Reggie Jackson's over there. And we have 1 down. The regular center fielder of the A's is Bill North, who had an outstanding season. Playing well defensively, stealing over 50 bases. He has a bad ankle, and he is not on the active list. And so with a left-hander going today, and Jesus Alou swinging a hot bat, they moved Jackson from right to center. This is the first time Jackson's played center field this year, right, Monty?
That's right, Kurt. And in spring training, he never was even in a game down there because we had 5 men fighting for that job, and they wanted to leave Reggie in right field.
1 out, nobody on. We have no score in the second inning. There's a ground ball to the right side. Green up with it. Throws to Tennis. We have 2 down. The A's infield. Bando's at third. Campaneris at short. Green at second. Tennis playing first. Rudy's the left fielder. Jackson's the center fielder. And Jesus Alou the right fielder. Ray Fosse behind the plate. Don Hahn, born in San Francisco, lives in Campbell, California. .229 hitter. Not much with a bat, but a fine defensive player. Foul ball for strike 1. Curve is strike 3, and Holtzman sails through the second. At the end of an inning and a half, 0-0. Jackson, who led the American League with 32 homers, 117 RBIs, and hit a healthy .293. But he injured a hamstring muscle at the end of the year. Then I think he had a virus, didn't he, Monty?
He had a strep throat that set him down for the last 3 games and then the first 4 days of practice prior to the playoffs.
So he probably lost some timing, lost the groove in his swing. The strike, and he's going up against left-handed pitching in this series, except for Tom Seaver. It's beautiful. Outside, ball 3, 3-2. The man has creativity.
That's how left-handers got that reputation.
Right.
It's easier to put the other half on than take that half you've already got on off, isn't it?
That's what he thought. He's also economical. 3-2 to Jackson. Nobody on, nobody out. Jackson hits a hopper to Bud Harrelson. And the little Mets shortstop puts him away, and there's 1 down. Somebody is supposed to have gone into the dugout today and talked to Yogi, one of the writers. You know, there are a million Yogi Berra stories over the years. Strike, and they said, you know, we know all about the pitching and batting. How about the intangibles? Dennis strikes out on a lightning fastball. First strikeout for Matt Lack, who says he's not as nervous today as he was in the playoffs. Said, I was scared to death last Sunday at Cincinnati. He should be frightened out of his mind every day. 2 down, nobody on. Jesus Salou, picked up by the A's from the Houston Astros in August, wound up hitting .306 in the American League. He had 2 hits 6 times up in the playoffs. And like Willie Mays, he used to be across the bay with the Giants. In fact, one afternoon, the 3 Alou brothers, Matty, Philippe, and Jesus, played the outfield for the San Francisco Giants. He hits it off the bat handle to first baseman Miller, and Matlack just overpowered them in the second inning. 3 up, 3 down at the end of 2, 0-0. What a day. Temperature must be in the high 70s, just a slight breeze, a perfect day. And the shirt sleeve crowd basking in a warm California sun. There's a sharp ground ball, base hit by Holtzman. He makes the turn, he's going for 2. The throw, he's in with a double.
There you saw another problem, not the hit that Holtzman got, of course, but pitchers are going to have should they get on base. Look at Holtzman right now. He hit the base awfully hard. Remember, he has not slid all season long. Watch how late he slides, and he risked injury. He still has his head bent over at second base. Look at him hit that bag. That's just the inexperience this season of not having had to slide.
It's another thing. They haven't had to run that short dash before either, Tony. They haven't done any running.
Garrett was drawn in, as you see, and Holtzman just slapped that ball by him. There's Jones firing into second, but too late. And now the A's have their first hit and their first man in scoring position. They have 2 down, and Bert Campaneris is up. He popped up his first time. The 2-strike delivery. A ground ball to the right side. Leon lets the ball go through his leg, and here the score is Holtzman. Right through the legs of Felix Leon, who went down for it.
Not hit well, backing up on the ball. Leon showing a little insecurity. World Series pressure, I don't know, but he came up too soon, went down on that knee, and he was a dead man, letting the ball play him.
He is charged with an error, and now you have one of the premier base stealers in baseball at first, Bert Campaneris, who stole 34 bases in 44 attempts. 2 down. 2 strikes to Rudy. There we go. A high throw, and Campaneris is into second. Matlack made a high throw. Milner couldn't handle it cleanly, and Campaneris slides as a stolen base.
And Kurt, he gets a jump, too good of a jump, and fortunately that Milner made a good leap and saved the ball from going in that right field corner. With all this foul territory, I believe Campy could have scored.
With that kind of a jump, he's done it before, and there's another trait of Campaneris's. He never stops and goes back to first when he's picked off. He always keeps going.
It's happened in the Dodger series to Richardson and I against the fabulous Maury Wills. He did the same thing.
And now Campaneris is at second. There are 2 outs. The A's are leading 1-0. The count to Joe Rudy is 2 strikes. Ball 1, strike 2 to Rudy. One ball, 2 strikes to Joe Rudy. Campaneris at second, 2 down. Rudy drills it into right field. Here's Campaneris coming in to score. And the A's lead 2-0.
There would be the reason, Kurt, right there, is that he is more apt to go the opposite way with the outside pitch than either Bando or Tennis.
Charlie Finley and his bannered group down there in back of the A's dugout, up waving those banners again that were so dominant during the World Series last year. Here's Sal Bando. He flied to left his first time. 2 outs, Rudy at first. 2 runs in. And there's a base hit in the center field by Bando. Rudy makes the turn. Mays fumbles the ball, and Rudy comes on the third.
Mays will probably be given an error. He charged the ball well. The ball bounced up. Rudy had stopped at second base. Watch Willie. Rudy had pulled to a stop at second base as the ball bounced off his wrist, and then thought back to those scouting reports, instinctively said he can't throw. And he took off to third. Here comes Rube Walker.
The A's have scored twice here in the third inning. Jackson hits a high fly ball down the left field line. Jones coming on. That's the Sunfield. And Harrelson makes a good play crossing a line to grab it. 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, 2 left. At the end of 3, 2-0 Oakland. There's a base hit into center. It's charged by Jackson. Jones is waved on. Jackson's throw. They let the man go down to second. It goes to the backstop. Jackson tried to throw him out. Didn't have a chance. Didn't hit his cutoff man and allowed Milner to get to second on the throw to the plate.
And that's the tying run at this point. Jackson with an exceptionally strong throwing arm, violating a cardinal rule of defensive play for an outfielder, overthrowing that man in cutoff position.
Now it's 2-1 Oakland. 1 out for the Mets with John Milner at second. And Paul Lindblad are starting to warm up in the Oakland bullpen. There's a drive into left center. Jackson back. On the run, he has it. He saved a run there. Reggie Jackson playing center field for the first time this year. Flagged that one down and saved a run. And Brody would have had a sure double at least.
Here he goes back to left center field. Holtzman making mistakes inside. They've been playing these right-handed hitters toward right center field. He got rid of the ball quickly, holding that runner at second base.
And you can spot the outfield setup again. Look at Jackson. He's well over in right center. And Alou crowding the right field line. A hole in left center. And Rudy straight away in left. That's the way they've been playing most of these Met right-handed batters. Struck him out through the fastball right by. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 left. The end of 3.5. It is 2-1 Oakland. 3-2 pitch. He walked him. Third walk given up by Ken Holtzman, and he walks the pitcher. So he's walked Harrelson, the number 8 hitter, in the third, and he walks the pitcher to start the 5th. Wayne Garrett at the top of the order has hit 2 foul pops so far. They're looking for the bunt. Bando shortened up at third. And pop to Holtzman. He throws to first. Double play. Garrett pops into the double play, attempting the bunt. Holtzman to the first base lieutenant.
Holtzman with a pretty good fastball getting in on the fists. I don't know if they had some kind of trick play on there again. If Green was coming in. Here it is again. For a while, I think Holtzman thought of trapping the ball. But he was yelled at by his catcher, Fosse, that Matlack had gotten off too far, and they got him behind him.
Let's take a look at Mian now. I'll show you how extreme he chokes up on the bat. He's almost halfway up.
Is that so he could hit it with either end?
Could be. And there's a drive hit deep to left. They were playing him shallow. Rudy's back. Rudy lost the ball in the sun. Mian is into second and coming for third. Mian, they played him shallow, and he hit the ball over Rudy's head. Rudy got out there. When he turned around, I'm sure that bright sun bothered him there in the sun field.
Mian usually not with this kind of power. Rudy knew he had to go fast to the warning track, then turned around too soon, then had a problem with the sun. He was all twisted up. Jackson, who was playing in right center field, couldn't get over in time to back him up. Now the tying run at third base.
You can say that Rudy had all kinds of problems on that play. A triple for Felix Mion. Back in 51. First major league hit was a home run, I recall, at Warren Spahn. 3-2. Mion's at third. Mays hits a high fly ball to right fielder Jesus Salou. The side's retired. No runs for the Mets. One hit, no errors. They left one. We're halfway through, and it's Oakland 2, New York 1.
Fingers ahead of the batter.
Hey.
Fouled off. Tony, I think in the first game of a World Series, you really see, particularly with a man in scoring position, what the scouting reports say about the batters, because the pitcher is going to go right at the batter with the pitch that the scout says you can get him out on right now.
No doubt about that. And, of course, what you mentioned a while ago, Bando yelling out to Fingers, get ahead of the hitter, and he is right now. Let's see if he wastes one.
Fosse giving a low outside target again off the sidearm fastball. Swung on and missed. It gets away from Fosse. Hahn is going to make it to first base. Going to third on the play is Jones. Plate umpire says the man did not foul tip the ball. Well, we had just mentioned that Fosse was giving a low outside target. That pitch came high and inside, and Ray just couldn't get up there and corral it. Harrelson, check swing, foul off into the Oakland dugout.
It almost looks as if the hitters are even having more difficulty picking up the ball now. The pitch that Hahn swung at, and Harrelson almost got hit by the last one on a check swing.
Harrelson really chokes up on that bat also. Struck him out with a blazer on the inside. No runs and a hit, 2 left on. The score in the middle of the 6th inning, Oakland 2, New York 1. And it's the change of speed on the pitch that makes it effective about as much as how it breaks. It really doesn't usually break all that much, anything like a curveball, but it's the change of speed too. Campy bunts to the first baseman. Too close to the line. He tries to slide under him. And the first base umpire and the home base umpire are saying who's going to call it. Nobody's called it yet. Campy apparently got under the tag and made it to first base. Yogi Berra's out to argue about it. Marty Springstead, the plate umpire. Augie Donatelli, the first base umpire. Campanera slid under the tag, it looked like. And the question was, did he go out of the base running path or did he stay in it? Well, that's a typical Bert Campanera's play. He was beaten badly, 30 feet from the bag, and just slid right under the first baseman.
Here's a couple different angles on this. Now there's Milner. He's still in the 3-foot lane, and Milner appeared to miss him as he shot right by him. Watch him go by him. As he just accelerates there, the slide is under, and Milner missed him, trying to tag him on the back. That's the angle that you see and we see, that he appeared to miss him, and Campaneris is safe at first. Here's another angle now. As Miller reached for him and came down, he definitely missed him.
Fantastic play by Campaneris, and as it turns out, some real heads-up umpiring. Donatelli waited until he called that play, until he saw what Springstead said about whether or not he ran out of the baseline. Ground ball right at the second baseman. The percentage play worked. Beyond throws Jackson out as he did try to pull the ball, and after 8 innings of play in Oakland, the score is the A's 2, the Mets 1. 2-1, Oakland leading. They have led since the 3rd inning of the game.
If the A's get out of this one, they'll be breathing big sighs of relief down there in their locker room.
Tony Kubek is on the field. He'll be interviewing one of the players after the game. Fly ball right field. This could be it. Reggie Jackson coming in. He's there. He's got it, and the A's win the first game of the 1973 World Series, setting off the Finley fireworks.
And I'd have to say it was defense for the A's today. The error by Felix Millan cost the Mets the ball game in the third inning. He'd made only 9 errors all year. He let a ground ball go through his legs off the bat of Campaneris. It should have been the third out. A run came in to score, then Rudy singled, and both A's runs were unearned as they win it 2-1. We'll be back. Tony Kubek will be interviewing some of the stars. We'll have more of a recap right after this message. All right, let's quickly go down to Tony Kubek.
All right, with me with the manager of the Oakland A's, though still the world's champion, winner of this first ball game, being congratulated by Charlie Philly. Charlie, congratulations. You got another one under your belt. Good to see you looking so good.
Thank you very much.
You got a good man here, don't you? Dick, you had to make a decision in this ball game. You didn't have many decisions like it all year long. A 2-1 ball game. Holtzman, no designated hitter in the World Series. You took him out.
Well, Ken hit the double and had to run hard and slide hard in the second. And then the ball that got through Millan on the next hitter, he had to run real hard all the way home. And, of course, we got another run after Campy steals second and Rudy gets a base hit, but it took a little steam out of him. He went 11 innings 4 days ago. He only had 3 days rest. And prior to that, he had missed. We let him bypass one turn because he had thrown more innings this year, Tony, than he had all year in his previous career in 1 year. So he was a little tired. He got the victory, a well-deserved victory for him. A great relief job by Riley Fingers and Darrell Knowles. So we're just quite pleased to get off on the right foot.
You know, it's difficult from up where we are, Dick, being so far away from home plate, but it did not appear, even though it was a low-scoring ball game, that the pitchers were particularly sharp. Until McGraw came in, then Riley seemed to have a good inning.
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Matlack, even though he got the loss on it, both runs were unearned. He's very, very tough. I was proud of all 3 of my pitchers. Mr. McGraw, I have caught his act before. I think there's going to be a low-scoring series. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. I think games will be like this, and anything can happen. We'll probably be back here next Sunday also.
Did you find anything out about the Mets in today's ball game that you didn't know before?
No, not really, because we know they battle, and they'll come back even harder tomorrow. This is why they won their division. I think they're a super team with a super manager, and it's our privilege to be playing against them in the World Series.
So taking to tomorrow's ball game, Vida Blue. What about Vida?
Vida's been just great all year long, and he's geared for it. We haven't been keeping charts ever since we cinched our divisional title, but he kept a chart today for his own information to go along with the other information we have, Tony. So we know he's interested also.
Dick Williams, good to get that first one in your home ballpark under your belt. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, son.
Our thanks to Dick Williams. Let's go back upstairs.
You can see that Dick Williams is being very cautious about underrating the Mets. Again, the final score, 2-1 Oakland.